Motion from the wideout. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. And the Ducks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Snap it to the back. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Blasted as he lets it go. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Wide open downfield. The Ducks getting set on 1st and 10.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end-of-the plays, and I can be physical and really...
Turning it on! The 20! Touchdown, Ducks! Once he got some room, it was over.
And that is just outstanding execution on that pass play. Great route by the receiver. Good timing on the throw by the QB. Receiver catches it in stride, turns on the jets, and is gone.
And he made the extra point without problem. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. To the air, it's Reynolds. Intercepted, a first-half turnover can swing momentum. Touchdown, Oregon! And they turn it into a defensive score.
And the defense sets the tone early.
NC State will kick off, and that'll get things underway. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. It's great to think you're going to score every time you return it, but man, what a bad decision. He's down at the 6. We'll see what this offense can do sitting inside its own 20. They'll go with a direct snap. He breaks a tackle. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long...
Breaks into the open. He'll get it inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39 before he goes out of bounds. The Ducks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. He'll pull it down. He has brought down the man. What a job to find some running room and move the chains. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Got his man on the right. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal. And the Ducks heading quickly to the line. Striving for the goal line. Loose football. Oh, look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Direct snap. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! You thought it was noisy when the Duck rolled out on that motorcycle? Decibels through the roof in the House of Loud.
And what a great job getting this crowd going early. This is not one of the biggest crowds in the country, but Alson Stadium is one of the loudest places you will ever be in, and they love their Ducks.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Scanning the field, it's Sorsby. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. NC State might think about going for a big one on second and short. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making it work.
Already down the score early. The last thing you want to do on your first drive is give it right back to them. So they'll go. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily.
Well, that tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it. But when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
On the move at the 30. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Off the play fake on first down. Wants to throw. Fires downfield. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play.
There he goes. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. They'll go back to the ground. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
To the air, it's Sorsby. Lets it fly. Just about picked off in the end zone, and that would have put a stop to this scoring threat. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on second down. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing their rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down.
And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, North Carolina State. The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point splits the uprights. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all offseason to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Snap it to the back. Running to Green. Crosses the 30 to the 31 on a 6-yard pickup. The Ducks moving quickly to the line. Caught in the backfield. It's Hall. Fights off the defender. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Quick tempo here for the offense. Looking downfield on first down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Perfect timing. Got there right when the ball got there. Didn't get there a little bit early. Saving the touchdown. Nice timing by that defender.
Picked off. A rare misread and mistake from this quarterback. Going the other way, and he's got room. The 10.
And this defense comes up with a big play, and not just the break on the ball, the catch, nice hands in the INT, but taking it almost all the way back for a touchdown, and this offense licking their chop.
Touchdown, NC State! Excellent pass by the back on the option. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Ball is coming out to the 40 after that penalty on the kickoff. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. That'll be first down. Miller will go to the air. And the pass is incomplete, and that wraps up the first quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wide receiver going in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Hard running there.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. The Ducks want to pick up the tempo. And he is going down here, but we have a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun. Maybe can be a little more aggressive here after the offsides penalty. It's 1st and 5. Catch in the middle, it's Royer. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. trying to cap this drive with the pass. Hauls it in. And he goes down right there, but a solid pickup, and it'll be a first down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. Now on 3rd and goal, and that earlier sack left them with more ground to cover. Wideout trying to get it in. They put it in the hands of their playmaking receiver, but he will be stopped short. It's 4th down. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon.
And the head coach is going to keep going for it on 4th down because his offense responds like that. Your coach gives you the ultimate vote of confidence. Down on the goal line, we're going for it. I believe in you guys to execute and get us in the end zone, and they pay it off. Phenomenal job up front by the offensive line. You love to see a team respond to their coach's confidence.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Quickly to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. Offense lining up quickly.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Back to throw, it's Sorsby. Flushed out of the pocket. At the 35, he's got room. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling. NC State with a 1st and 10 here. Looking to throw on 1st down. Escapes the pressure to his right. Finds a crease at the 20. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. Wants to throw on 1st down. Buying some time. Looking for the score. And it's intercepted in the end zone. No, he's out of bounds. Oh, so close to stopping the drive with a turnover in the end zone.
I think when you go through as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll go with a direct snap. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. And the Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. Grab in the backfield. It's Holt. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back.
Turning it on. Past the 20. Touchdown, Ducks! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
He'll bring it out. It's Love. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The play fake, now to throw. Makes the catch, it's Fletcher. He's brought down quickly, minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And the Blue Hens are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Caught close to the marker. It's Fletcher. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in.
Oh, it's picked off. A rare mistake from this guy. Bringing it back. And he was fine in space, and he took it all the way back to the 22.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
Direct snap. Running into the open space. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Makes the grab over the middle. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. On third and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Touchdown, Oregon! All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Man, these coaches talked about being aggressive, and they were. First quarter, you're going with the onside already. I would say it's a little bit careless, a little bit reckless. Onside kicks are not high percentage, but they went for it, they failed, and now let's see how they respond.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Back to throw, it's Bradford. Looking down the middle. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Now facing a third and long from the 50-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. Scrambling away. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Going deep. Pulls it in down the sideline. It's a running room. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Blue Hens. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it.
And that is such a backbreaker for the defense. 4th and long, they're expecting throw that time. Everybody's got their eye on the QB, and still somehow they let the guy get in behind him for the long touchdown. That simply cannot happen.
And he tacked on the extra point. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Snap it to the back. Shakes off the defender. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. The Ducks in the hurry up. Finds his man. It's Holt. Just has a knack for hitting that move on time. He's out to the 33. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Miller wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. And the Ducks are on the move. They'll go with a direct snap. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Back to pass. Pulls it in. It's Smith. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Motion from the wide receiver. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. That defensive front just flat whipped him as they knock him down for a big loss. The Ducks will come to the line to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
That's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a two-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decided to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The pull and throw off the RPO. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks! Effective offense, leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out and be clicking early, get everything going, want to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
We're only in the first half, and I don't think anybody had onside kick in the second quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's find out what this offense can do. You have got to make them pay for gambling with them.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And he'll be marked down, but what a play to come up with that interception.
And he makes another momentum-building play. His 2nd interception in the first half. He can feel where the football's going. Got a good beat on this offense and making plays early and often for his club.
The Ducks want to move quickly. The Ducks trying to win the day by running for another first down.
Run the football.
Breaks into the open. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
I know you want to go to this guy because he's made so many plays for you, but when he's doubled, surely somebody else has a much easier play to make.
And it might not be the stud that he is, right? Like, I might not find another guy that's a baller like him, that's a playmaker, but now I got one-on-one matchups elsewhere that I got to go take advantage of. If they're going to double cover him, I'm going to take advantage of some matchups somewhere else.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their head. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
And the Ducks can really attack on this second and short. Miller will go to the air. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical. And early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn. Run down.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down. They were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. There he goes. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Offense getting set for first down. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And it's amazing that they're only trailing by a couple of points in this game because they've turned it over a couple of times and they've been sacked a couple of times right now. They have no rhythm on offense right now. You have got to give the defense tons of credit. They are dominating in the trenches. That's the big story so far.
On 4th and 9, the offense will stay on the field. Fires to the wideout. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. There he goes. He's at, and he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Blue Hens.
That is exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Miller wants to pass. He'll off one deep down the left side. Hits him in stride inside the 10. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains. This offense is about to face the one thing that can stop it. Time expiring in the first half. Before then, they can get another score. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And with that last carry into triple digits, over 100 yards for the day.
Man, he's showing you power. He's showing you speed. He's showing you make you miss. He really is showing you he's a...
Touchdown, Oregon! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas, try to make this a two-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executed beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. They'll start this drive going to the air, looking to scramble, trying to make magic with his feet. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum. Now on first down from the 30. Wants to go up top on first down. Moving out to the right. Complete downfield. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. The Blue Hens want to crank the tempo. To the air on first down. Might be looking to run. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Dropping back, it's Bradford. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Throws to the tight end. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out in the first half. They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the second half. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. And now the Blue Hen offense onto the field. Those 2 first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the third quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here, lighten it up here for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing those turnovers. They played really well in this first half.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if you can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down. They got him for the sack, and that'll be... guess they're not interested in kicking it away. They're lining up for an onside kick. It looked as if he got a hand on it before it traveled 10 yards, and that's going to be a penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking for a man. It's Stewart. He's got the tight end. Turning it on. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is
picked off, and the opening drive is stuck with an interception. No real chance on the return, but they got it at the 34.
First quarter, first drive, first strike delivered, and it's the defense that comes up with the big play. Talking to the defensive coordinator, he felt really good about his pass defense, and he wasn't lying. Interception on the first drive, great possession.
Direct snap. He's in open space downfield. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. The Ducks are in the hurry-up.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. The Ducks have this offense rolling. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
Caught near the sticks. It's Smith. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Miller will go to the air. Got the back over the middle. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
You see this more and more in college football. Motion the running back out of the backfield. What am I looking for? I'm looking to see if it's man coverage. Does the linebacker go and chase him? If he does, guess what I get to do? Take advantage of my matchup. I like my speed better than yours.
That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
And he'll be stuffed. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Pulls and fires complete. No running room there as the defense has him surrounded. They bring him down short and they'll get the ball back. They are pinned deep in their own territory. They'll snap it from their own 4 to start the drive. He'll take it himself. Oh, he's got some space. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Nebraska.
I mean, talk about hard to stop. Like, so many weapons, so much speed, and then your quarterback is going to go 50-plus. Defensive coordinators, that's why nobody wants to play defense anymore or coach defense. You want to be on the offensive side of the football because otherwise you got to defend weapons like these that are just weapons of mass destruction.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Offenses want to get the ball to their playmakers really fast, and they try to throw the wide receiver screen, but how about the defender? He was right there in his space, got him on the ground.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Huskers! The defense does the work itself with a pick six.
What a great play. He gets the pick six, but that started with pressure on the quarterback, getting in his lap, hitting him while he's throwing the football. The ball is off target. The defense makes the play and takes it all the way to the end zone.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Miller wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Catch inside the 25. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. After that big play, they're trying to pay it off right on the goal line. Snap it to the back. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. And the Ducks will hustle to the line. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. How about this defense digging in its heels after the big play? It's now 3rd and goal. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Touchdown, Ducks! Fit it in the window for the score.
And that is why timing is so important in the passing game. That is a critical 4th down. Down near the goal line, everything's going to happen quickly. It's got to be a great route. The quarterback has to get rid of it on time and make an accurate throw. 2 dudes on the exact same page, coming up with a massive touchdown down near the goal line on 4th down.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Dances away to buy time. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
Caught in the backfield, it's Clark. At the 40, there he goes. And they pick up the 1st down in what might be the last play here in the 1st quarter. We've reached the break. It's Nebraska holding the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the 2nd. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. From the gun, the running back has it.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on 2nd down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
The Cornhuskers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. On the move. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their 1st of the half. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Jackson. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Caught in the backfield, it's Holmes. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
He turns that loose down the right side. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Jackson. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got it behind the line. It's Clark. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese.
ISO XM. Notorious. Oh, no, bro. You can't be slaying the Notorious. I don't appreciate you doing that, bro. Just because I went and killed your nigga, I killed your in-game character, though. You trying to look for me in the game. That's fucked up. Let's see what box is up next. Let's see what builds folks got. See if we can put something together. All right.
You're in plus territory, no desire to give the football back. Maybe the punt doesn't even work out. They go for it, and it works out well.
So I wonder if you go tempo here, too. Now that you just picked up that first down, don't let the defense sub. A lot of these guys now have been on the field for a little while. See if you can catch them off guard here and try and take advantage of how tired they are. On the snap, Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Line getting set on second down. Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. Second down, they'll go to the air. Buys a little time with his feet. He'll try to do it himself. He's run out of bounds and didn't gain an inch on the play. Here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. Got it enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Operating in the red zone here on second down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. The defense burns their third and final timeout of the half. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down.
Yo. Finesse said give him a second, so. What builds everybody got?
He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. Defense way too anxious there, and they just hand them a first down with a penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a three-spot on the board. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. Just drives it between the uprights. And now the lead is extended a little further. The Huskers will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes.
Are we going ISO and money at swing, Ray on center, and Brad lock?
And Oregon has it
Finesse.
back, and here comes the offense. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Miller will go to the air. Fires to the tight end. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play.
The Ducks racing to the line in the hurry-up. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the mark. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Third down, a lot of times it comes
I think
down to not necessarily
Finesse about to
who's the
someone
most
right now.
open. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Grabs it inside the 15. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
Hash or hash lock or lock.